Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. I am still sick, unfortunately, but still making video. So Mesa Boogie resurrects the iconic dual rectifier. That always seems to be the amp. A lot of people didn't like the triple rectifier. I don't know why. It was basically a dual rectifier with one more option. Um, but everybody seems to love the Mesa Boogie dual rectifier, and Gibson's bringing it back. Now, keep in mind, who I'm trying to remember, they fired the main guy. Who was the main guy that they fired? The main designer. Let's see here. Mesa Boogie fired. We'll do that. Randall Smith. There we go. So Randall Smith was the main designer at Mesa Boogie. Gibson bought Mesa Boogie back in, I believe it was 2021 or so, somewhere around there. This is what a dual rectifier looks like, just for reference, the old ones. So they did give it a little bit of a different design in that retrospect. The layout looks a little different too. I mean, there's different types of dual rectifiers as well, but we'll go ahead and kind of go through. I don't think it's a full redesign, but let's read up on this too, because it might be a full redesign. So beloved by a crop of elite artists over the years, the legendary dual rectifier is finally back with a few choice tweaks. NAMM 2025, after teasing its return last week, Mesa Boogie has now officially launched the 90s dual rectifier, a reissue of the Holy Grail high-gain guitar amp that defined the sound of heavy music in the 90s. As was noted when whispers of the dual rectifier's revival first began circulating online, this latest release continues the Gibson-owned amp brand current trend of reissuing golden era tube amps after the return of the Mark IIC Plus at the back end of 2024. Like the Mark II-C Plus, the dual rectifier is one of the electric guitar's most iconic, celebrated, and revered amps. It's asserted by Gibson Gazette. It is comfortably one of the most modeled guitar tones in today's digital amp landscape, having been replicated by Universal Audio, IK Multimedia, and many others. Now, though, players have been given another opportunity to play the real deal, with Mesa Boogie launching an updated yet faithful take on the iconic amp. So for a brief history lesson, the dual rectifier first arrived in 1992 after spending a few years in development during the late 80s. Mesa Boogie sought to cater to heavy high-gain guitarists. It became a hit for guitarists across the entire genre spectrum and over the years was played by the likes of the Foo Fighters, Alice in Chains, Blink-182, Tool, Korn, Limp Bizkit, Soundgarden, and countless more. I think Kurt Cobain also used a dual rectifier at one point in time. You can correct me. It might have been for like a couple of songs, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. First and foremost, this new take has been described as a faithful recreation of the tube amp, a redefined high grade, and provided much of the soundtrack of a generation. As such, it comes suitably dressed up with a black diamond plate grille, black Bronco vinyl that plays homage to the source material. Furthering the faithful vibe, the new edition offers a foot switch dual channel design that covers the scorching high gain crunch and expressive clean, specifically three distinct sounds that categorize into red, orange, and green modes. These channels are dictated by a no-nonsense control panel comprising of master, presence, bass, middle, treb, and gain parameters, as well as a loop activated master knob, which works in tandem with the FX loop. Under the hood, the 100-watt head comes packed with 5 12AX7 preamps, 4 6L6 power tubes, and 2 5U4 rectifier tubes. Naturally, Mesa Boogie has also fitted the returning amp with some choice upgrades in a bid to make it more attractive to modern players. As far as performance goes, the general clean tones have supposedly been improved and enhanced. For functionality, Mesa Boogie has also... I don't know why they keep doing Mesa slash Boogie. Just Mesa Boogie. Is there a slash in it? I'm curious now too. I just do all. Yeah, nothing that I'm seeing shows that. I'm curious what one of these looks like from 1992. Like an original? Okay. Alright, so an original one does look closer to this than I thought it did. That is my mistake. I feel like maybe I've seen too many of the newer ones. So works with alongside the amp's switchable rectifiers, which in turn toggle. So for functionality, they have also fitted a Verac switch, which works alongside the amp's switchable rectifier, which in turn toggles between tubes and silicone diode rectifier modes for a varied sound in order to further tailor the amp's response. I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea what the heck any of that means. Through this, players can fine tune the response for a fierce attack, for tighter riffs in bold mode, or an elastic feel for more expressive playing. In the spongy setting, furthermore, the rear panel also now hosts a channel style select switch that has been marked as a clone configuration alignment. Effectively, it works to reconfigure the amp by changing the overall tonal characteristics of its channels. In other words, if player want two high gain red or two mid gain orange channels rather than one of each, it is now possible. Rather niche, but no doubt useful for some players. Certainly wasn't easy, reflects Tom Waugh, Mesa Boogie amplifier product manager of the amp's creation. We had to go through some older recs, going back through each part of the circuit to see what made each thing special, because there's so much inside this amp. What we were the best things of the circuit and what we could improve on. We got to the end and realized we had a cleaner, meaner, better rectifier. There's no denying it. The price for the 90s dual rectifier is yet to be confirmed. Head over to Mesa Boogie to find out more. In related Mesa Boogie news, firm founder Randall Smith, who left the company last year, recently recalled how the brand got its Boogie name and how he developed his hammer test. So, no price as of yet. Let's see here. An error occurred. Okay. Well then. What is one of these things going for right now from 92? Yeah, we'll say somewhere around $1,500. So, based on Gibson's prices, I feel like it's going to be about $2,000. I think that seems like that's probably what that's going to end up being. Rectifier series amplifiers. Oh, I was wrong. Well, so we have, I guess, a couple of different options here. And they're all significantly more expensive than I thought they were going to be. So the 90s one, which is out of stock, is $3,500. Ouch. The mini rectifier is $1,360. Okay, a little more affordable. The dual rectifier head Black Bronco, also out of stock, and the triple rectifier head, also the Black Bronco, also out of stock. Originally were $2,700 or $3,000. So this is the old version, to my knowledge, of the dual rectifier, which I don't know when they stopped making these. I guess they might have stopped doing it when Gibson acquired the company. But I know they said they brought back some weird amp too. I really don't know a whole lot about Mesa Boogie. I'll be honest with you. I want to see that other amp that they said that they brought back. I know I'm losing my voice here too, because I've been breathing out my mouth the entire day, because I can't breathe out my damn nose. Let's see here. Yeah, that head is stupid expensive too. Yeah, so maybe buy used. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just make sure the tubes work. You can do the pencil test, tap the tubes. Mesa Boogie's a good brand. It's been around forever. But Gibson has done some wrong. So Gibson, Fluff, if you don't know him, Ryan Bruce, popular YouTuber. Let's bring him up. So let's see here, Mesa. So let's see. Let's go to YouTube real quick. And go to... Alright, Bruce. This guy right here. So Riff's Beard and Gear, aka Fluff. So what I wasn't aware of until recently was they kind of did him dirty. So he's got a lot of... And I've been watching this guy for years. But he's done a lot of YouTube content for the past decade. A lot of Mesa Boogie content. He made a post that Gibson didn't like, saying that Gibson fired Randall Smith after the contract was up, which is just factual information, because they did. They fired him, the original creator. You would think they'd want to keep him on because, he was the head honcho behind the damn thing. But they told him to take it down. A website got a hold of it, screenshotted it in the 20 to 30 minutes that it was up, and then he got a phone call from Gibson saying they no longer want any association with him. So, yeah. So basically, if you are part of that brand and you do anything in the slightest bit to inconvenience them, they are going to drop you like it's hot. So, do with that information as you will. I'm going to end it there on a shitty note. And if you want one, maybe just buy a used one, because you can save, you can get it for like a third of the price. So what's the point of buying this stupid thing? Well, you can get a used one that was made under the actual owner of Mesa Boogie, the original owner, for a third of the price. So yeah, do with that as you will. Still cool that it's back, but $3,500, no, I'm good. I'm good for that price. I'd rather buy, I don't know what I'd buy. Go get an American Fender or something. Hopefully a used R9. Something along those lines. Subscribe for more. My voice is shot. Bye.